So I'm going to show a collection of retro video game manuals. Though there's one manual that doesn't have anything to do with gaming. We'll start with some from my childhood. Excuse me. Game Boy game collection, which is unfortunately I don't have the original games from my childhood, but I do have the games, and that is Batman by Sunsoft and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Back from the Sewers by Konami. I wonder if it has any pictures or yes, some little art from the game, or not much in the show these a little more in depth. I have shown them on the channel before, but I figured I would show some of the insides of some of them. Very cool artwork, even if it is just in black and white. And a lot of people say, oh, I can get these digitally, you know, on different websites, like digital scans of them. But it's just not the same. And this actually came with in a Game Boy Advance case that I purchased a few years back. Not to just basically shows you how to compact video game, the Game Boy Compact Video Game System Owner's Manual. There's the catalog, or the part number there, whatever you want to call it. I forget what it is. It's late at night. I'm sorry. It's everything starts with DMG with the original Game Boy games. Of course, these two I purchased much later on, like probably 2 or 3 years ago. Dr. Mario and Kirby's Dream Land. There wasn't much to show in the owner's manual as far as pictures go. That was pretty boring, so don't want to show it. Actually, I'd forgotten I had any Game Boy manuals. I haven't pulled these out in a very long time. Oh, here we go. Kirby's Dream Land, awesome game. I might get some more Game Boy games. I don't have a flash cart for the Game Boy. Mainly because I don't wish to play a bunch of the different Game Boy games. I love the Game Boy, but I'm just not a super duper, you know, diehard fan to where I need to have every game on a flash cart. Don't get me wrong, it would be pretty cool, but I just don't play it that often anymore. So there's that. Not really a manual, but here's the Zelda: A Link to the Past map. You might ask, why don't you have that in with your boxed Link to the Past game? Well, I don't want it to get bent or anything. Here is A Link to the Past on the Game Boy Advance. I think that's the only Game Boy Advance manual I have. I might have the manual for Donkey Kong on the Game Boy Advance. Very cool. I don't think there's a lot in the way of pictures in here. Actually, there is, but it's very small. Hard for the camera to pick it up. But Nintendo did a great job of porting A Link to the Past to the Game Boy. Now you can play it on the Switch, and that's how I play the game now, or on a flash cart, since my actual cartridge of the game, the battery died, so it doesn't save anymore, but it did keep the save file that I have on it. So that's that. I actually keep that inside a paper sleeve that is made actually to hold. Oops, that's kind of jacked up. I'll just fix it later. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. And keep in mind that I do own actual games the actual games of that go with these manuals. They didn't necessarily come with the manual. A few of them did, but anyways, here's Star Fox X. This manual I actually bought before I owned the actual game, funny enough. And those are real people in suits there. Funny looking suits by today's standards. But it got the job done. Excellent game, and the very first Star Fox game I ever played was Star Fox 64, of course, on the Nintendo 64. Mario Kart 64, and it would be cool to for Nintendo to port over some, excuse me, Nintendo 64 games, put them on the Switch. Can't show much more of the insides. That was Donkey Kong. I think I have two of those. Donkey Kong 2. Super Ghost and Ghouls. Another excellent game. Unfortunately, that game suffers from slowdown. Mario Kart. I think that's from my original collection. So is this. Zelda: Link to the Past. I actually have two of these. Now, one of these is from the original childhood collection. I don't remember which one. Maybe this one. Maybe not. Super Mario World. Another Super Mario World. Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. Also bought this before I owned the actual game. Now I can play it on a flash cart. Ocarina of Time. Classic N64 game. And the last one, F-Zero. I think there's a comic in here in the back. Yes, very cool. Need to go through and read this. Here's some more artwork of the racers, or the race vehicles, hover vehicles. Very cool. They just don't do this for games anymore. Another game that I just got done playing on the Switch a minute ago. Love the box art for this. This is from the box art. Love that hand-drawn style. Nintendo of America. I guess their headquarters used to be in Washington. Nintendo of America. I'm not sure where they're at now. But I mean, it's just cool to own these manuals. Some people say, oh, why do you like old games? And that's just what I grew up playing, and it's near and dear to my heart, and I see nothing wrong with that. Some people do, and it's just like, dude, you're a freaking buzzkill. I mean, that's not even funny. I mean, so that's the collection. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're playing new or old games, as long as you're gaming and enjoying it. I mean, for Pete's sakes, you know. So all those naysayers, don't listen to them. I usually tell those people off. It's cool to own the actual manuals for these games. I understand you can get them digitally these days on different websites. Is it necessarily legal? Probably not. But there's nothing like actually looking over a manual in your hands, you know, physically. So I try and keep these in pretty good shape. They're not being crushed by anything where I'm storing them. Here's the pamphlet that came with my Zelda 25th anniversary CD. That's in there stacked with those. So I don't have any plans to expand this collection as of right now. Pretty much have what I want. I really enjoy looking at these every now and then. Actually, I didn't pull these out in probably a couple of years or more. It's kind of hard to get to where they're at now. I have some stuff kind of in front of the dresser here. But yeah, guys, keep gaming. Enjoy gaming. Sooner or later, physical games they're all going to go away someday. I mean, unless we all maintain them and enjoy them and take care of them. So I do thank you for watching. If you want to see more content like this, as far as retro video games go and music and stuff like that, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching.